Hello dear children, today we will start some extra sums from the chapter 1, 2 and 3 from your NCERT book. The three chapters are knowing our numbers, whole numbers and playing with numbers. Okay. So in the first question we have written, test the divisibility of the number by 2. And here is the given number. You may be scared after watching this number, but believe me, if you know the rule of divisibility by 2 of any number, then it is the easiest sum which you have ever done. Okay. Test the divisibility means you have to check whether this number is divisible by 2 or not, but by applying the divisibility rule. Okay. Now, for checking the divisibility rule by 2, you have to check the digit which is placed at the ones place of the number. Okay. So here in this big number, the unit place is contained by 4. 4 is an even number. So the number which must be divisible by 4 must have the even digit at its ones place. Okay. So this number is having the even number 4 in its ones place. That's why we can say that this big number is divisible by 2. If anyone asks you that test the divisibility of the number by 2, then only you have to tell that just because the staying of the even number at the unit place of the number which is given over there, that is divisible by 2 always. Okay. Now, if a number is given in this way, this one. Now for this big number also we will check the unit place digit which is contained by 3. 3 is not an even number. So we can easily say that this number is not divisible by 2. Okay. The numbers which are having only even digits in its unit place, they are only divisible by 2. Okay. Now let's come to the next test. Now here in this test it is given, test the divisibility of the number by 3. Now this is also a sufficiently big number. Okay. Now if we start dividing this number by 3, it will take a long time, isn't it? So there also we have to apply the rule. And what is the divisibility rule by 3? Whatever the number of digits are there in that given number, we have to first add them all. Let's add them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 0, 2. First add these all. And the sum is coming 48. Now this sum will be divided by 3. If it can divide 48, okay, means the sum, then we can say the whole number, the complete number, the entire number will be divisible by 3. Okay, I am recapitulating. First we will add all the digits which are present over there. Okay, we have added. After that the sum will be divisible by 3. If there remains no remainder, then we can say that this big number will be divisible by 3. And here we are not getting any remainder. Okay, this is the only quotient. Okay, without leaving any remainder. That's why you can say that this number will be divisible by 3. Okay, if any remainder leaves after dividing the number, the sum of all the digits by 3, then only we can say that the given number will not be divisible by 3. Okay. Now we will check the divisibility of the number which will be given over there by 4. Okay. Now this is the given number which is also a very big number, and if we again start dividing it, it will take a long time for finishing the division. Okay. So here also we will apply the rule. Okay. What to do? Nothing tough is given, first we will check the last two digits of the given number. Here the last two digits are 3 and 6, means 36. If we see that 36 can be divisible by 4, means after dividing the number 36 by 4, we are not getting any remainder, then we can say that the number is completely, entirely divisible by 4. Okay. But if the last two digits of the given number is not divisible by 4, means if they leave any remainder after dividing the number by 4, then only we can say that the given number is not divisible by 4. Okay. Very easy. Without dividing these big numbers, we can say that whether the given numbers will be divisible by 4 or not. Okay. Now we will check the divisibility by 5. This is also very easy. If you know all the divisibility rules properly, then it will be very easier for you to understand. Now let's write the number. Okay. Now this is also a very big number, isn't it? If we start again dividing it by 5, it will take a long time. Okay. So what you have to do? We have to use the divisibility rule. And what is the divisibility rule by 5? We have to check the unit place digit again. If it is 5 or 0, then the number, however big the number can be, that will not be a matter. First, you have to check the unit place digit. If it is 5 or 0 itself, then only we can say that the whole number will be divisible by 5. But if there remains in the unit place other than 5 and 0, these two digits, then we can't say that the number will be divisible by 5. Here we can see the number which is placed in unit place is already 5. Then we can easily say that the given number is divisible by 5. Okay. Now we will check the divisibility by 6. Okay. Now, for the rule of divisibility by 6, we have to recapitulate. Okay. What we have to recapitulate? First, we will understand what is the divisibility rule by 2, which we already know, that the unit place will be contained by an even digit. If it is there, then we can say the number will be divisible by 2. Then we will say that the number is divisible by 3 or not. Why we are taking these two numbers? Because if we write 6 in this way, 2 and 3, these two are co-prime factors of 6. Isn't it? These two numbers are co-prime factors of 6. Okay. First we will check other than 1 cross 6. Other than 1 and 6, we have to check we have to take two co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers means where we can say that the HCF of two given numbers will be 1. Okay. Here for 2 and 3 we can say that the highest common factor of 2 and 3 for these two numbers is 1. Secondly, if we multiply these two numbers, we will get 6. Thirdly, these two are the factors of 6. And by multiplying these two numbers, we are getting 6. Okay. That's why we will check the divisibility of 2 and 3 in case of checking the divisibility by 6. Okay. First thing, these two are co-prime numbers. These two are co-prime factors. These are the numbers whose product is also 6, which are other than 1 and 6 itself. Okay. In this way, we can find some more numbers divisibility rule. I will come back to that point also. Now for this one, what we have to do? For checking the divisibility by 2, we will check the unit place digit that is contained by 4, means this number is divisible by 2. We can easily understand this. For checking the divisibility by 3, what we have to do? We have to add all these digits first. Okay. If the sum is divisible by 3, means without leaving any remainder, we get the quotient. Then we can say that this number will also be divisible by 3. That's why after checking the both of the divisibilities by 2 and 3, we will say that the number is divisible by 6. If the number is divisible by 2 but not divisible by 3, then we can't say that this number will be divisible by 6. Or if the number is divisible by 3 but not divisible by 2, then also we can't say that the number is divisible by 6. Okay, both of them, by both 2 and 3, the number should be divided. Okay, and without leaving any remainder, the quotient must be there. Okay, so for checking the divisibility rule by 6, what we have to do? We have to just check the divisibilities of 2 and 3 for that number. If both of these numbers can divide that given number, then we can say that this number will be divisible by 6. Okay. By taking the concept of co-prime numbers, we have found that if we check the divisibilities of these two factors of 6, means these two co-prime factors of 6, by multiplying which two co-prime numbers we are getting the answer 6, we can easily understand that this number will be divisible by 6. Okay. Now for the divisibility rule of 7, what you have to do? This is the given number, you can see. The rule is, first step, the unit place digit will be multiplied by 2. Okay. Let's multiply it. 1 into 2, we are getting 2. Now these 2 will be subtracted from the remaining digits. See, if 1 is already removed, then the remaining digits are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then from these remaining digits, we will subtract this product. Okay. Means 2 into the unit place. This product will be placed here and will be subtracted from the remaining digits of the number. Then we can see 1, 2, 3, 2. This number. Now for our convenience, we can again apply the divisibility rule of 7, because after getting this answer, we will divide this answer by 7. If there remains no remainder, then we can say that this number will be divisible by 7. But now here we have got 5 digits. Here we have got again 4 digits. Okay. So this is a bit bigger number, no? That's why for our convenience, we will again apply the rule of divisibility by 7. So what was that? This unit place digit will be multiplied by 2 again, and the product will be subtracted from the remaining part of the number, that is 4 will be subtracted. So we are getting 119. Okay. Now if possible, either we can check that this number 119 is divisible by 7 or not, or we can again apply the rule. Okay. But here I don't think it is needed, because 7 cross 17, we are getting the number 119. Okay. So after dividing it by 7, we can say that this number is divisible by 7. Okay. Now, how many times will you apply the rule of divisibility by 7? That is completely up to you. Though this is not in your NCERT book, just for extra knowledge, I have just made you understand this one. Now we will talk about the divisibility rule of 8. Let's take a number. Suppose this is the given number. How to check the divisibility of the number 8? First we will check the last three digits, that is 9, 2, 8. We will divide these three digits by 8. Okay, let's divide it. So there we are getting no remainder, isn't it? So whenever we will divide any number, the last three digits of any number by 8, we can easily understand, however big the number can be, we can easily understand that the given number is completely divisible by 8 or not. Okay. First you have to check the last three digits divisibility by 8. Okay, in case of the divisibility by 8 for the whole number. Okay. Now we will take the divisibility by 9. Suppose this number I have taken. Okay. The rule of divisibility by 9 and by 3 is quite same. In case of 3, we have divided the whole number, the sum of all the digits of the number by 3, and in case of 9, we have to take the sum of all the digits and we have to divide the sum by 9. So, after adding all the numbers, all the digits, we are getting the sum and it will be divided by 9. If there remains no remainder, then we can say that this number will be completely divisible by 9, which is completely same as 3's divisibility, isn't it? Now we will talk about the divisibility by 10. Very easy. However big the number can be, this can also be the number. How to check that whether this number is divisible by 10 or not? We will only check the unit place, which is 0 here. If it is 0 here, definitely the number is divisible by 10. In case of 5, we have seen that if there remains 0 and 5, 0 or 5 in the unit place of the number, then we can say that the number will be divisible by 5. But here we are getting 0 only, because if we are having 0 in its unit place of any big number, then we can say that whole number will be divisible by 10. Okay. Now we will talk about the divisibility rule of 11 as well. Now suppose this number is given. We have to check the divisibility of this number by 11. So first step, what you have to do? You have to find the even places digits. What are the even places digits? 5, 1, 1. Okay. Then we have to find the sum of these even places digits. So let's find the sum. 1 plus 1 plus 5 means 7. Now we have to find the odd places digits. From here the odd places will be started. 1, 0, 6. 0, 1, and the sum we have to again find. The sum is getting 7. Now we have to subtract these two numbers. We are getting 0. If it is either 0 or 11, if this difference is either 0 or 11, then we can say that this number or the number, whatever the number will be given for the divisibility by 11, we will say that the number will be divisible by 11. So what we have done? First we have found the sum of even places digits, from which is starting from 5, and after leaving one number we are getting all the even places digits. Now we have found the sum of the odd places digits. Okay. Then we have subtracted these two numbers, and if the result which is coming is either 0 or 11, then we can say that this whole number will be divisible by 11. Now we will check the divisibility by 12. Now for the divisibility by 6, I have told you that we can understand so many divisibility rules by using the product of two co-prime numbers. Okay, so how do we have to do? First we can find that, just write the number. Suppose this number is given. Okay, now we have to find that whether this big number is divisible by 12 or not. Okay, so what you have to do? First, for finding those two numbers by multiplying which two numbers we are getting 12, we have to write it in this way. 12 can be written as 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4. There are no other way for writing 12, okay, as a product of two different whole numbers. Okay, now we have to find that among these three, which one are co-primes other than 1 cross 12. Okay, 2 and 6. If we find the HCF of 2 and 6, we will get 2 as well as their HCF, but the HCF must be 1. So which one is left? 3 and 4. So for the test of divisibility by 12, first we have to check that whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. Then we have to check that whether this number is divisible by 4 or not. Then if both of these numbers can divide that given number, then after that we can say that the number will be divisible by 12. Okay, both of the numbers should divide that given number without leaving any remainder. Okay, now for checking the divisibility by 3, we have to add all the digits of the given number. Okay, then we can say whether this number is divisible by 3 or not after dividing the sum by 3. And for checking the divisibility by 4, we have to check the last two digits of the given number, and we have to see that whether these two last digits are divisible by 12 or not, 4 or not. After that we can say if both of these numbers can divide the given number, then we can say that the whole number will be divisible by 12. Okay, now we will check the divisibility of a number by 13. Okay, so suppose we are taking the divisibility of this number by 13. So what was the rule? As you have seen in my test of divisibility video, first step, this unit place digit will be multiplied by 4. Okay, now the remaining digits are 1, 6, 9 and 5. These numbers will be added to the product of the unit place digit and 4. Okay, so we are getting 2 into 4, that is 8, and the remaining digits are 1, 6, 9, 5. We will add these all. 1703 is coming. So see, here we have got 5 digits. Here we have applied the divisibility rule of 13. Either we can divide this number by 13 for checking the divisibility of 13, or we can again apply, just to minimize this number for our division, for our convenience, by applying the rule of divisibility by 13. So but again we have to multiply 4 with the given digit. Okay, the unit place digit, 3 into 4, it is 12 coming. So the remaining digits are 1, 7 and 0. With 1, 7 and 0 we are adding 12. 1, 8 and 2 is coming. Okay. Now again, if you find just a little bit tough it for dividing it by 13, then again you have to multiply the unit place by 4. Means 2 will be multiplied by 4. Then the remaining digits means 18. With 18 we will add 8. Then we will get 26. Now we can easily understand that 26 is divisible by 13. Okay. Then we can say that the whole number 16952 will be divisible by 13. In this way we can do this type of sums. Okay. This is also not in your NCERT book. but for your knowledge I am making you understand this. Okay, after applying the test of divisibility by 13 first time, if the big number is coming again, then you can minimize this number by applying the test of divisibility by 13 again with that. Okay, now we will test the divisibility by 14. Okay, now in case of 14 also we can easily make ourselves only that by how we can use the divisibility rule of 14 ourselves. Okay, so let's take the number 14. Just like 12, again we will represent 14 as the product of two different numbers. So we can write it 1 into 14, 2 into 7. Other than these two, we are not getting any more two numbers. By multiplying which two numbers, we will get 14 as our result. Okay, now as I said, 1 into 14, 1 into 12, 1 into 6, all of these will be removed. Okay, just for making the sum easy, we are finding the divisibility rule. Okay, now where you have to take 2 into 7 will be taken, because if we find the HCF of 2 and 7, it will be 1, and these two are co-prime factors of 14. Okay, so for this number also, first we have to check that whether this number is divisible by 2 or not. After that we have to check that whether this number is divisible by 7 or not. If both by 2 and 7 the number can be divided, then we can say that this number will completely be divisible by 14. Okay, now the same rule will be applied for 15 also. Suppose this number is given. Now for 15 also the same rule, means 15 will be written or represented by the product of two different numbers. Now we have got these two products. Other than these two, we are not getting any more two numbers by which can represent 15 as a product of those two. Okay, 1 into 15 will not be taken, so we will take 3 into 5 because these two are co-prime factors of 15. Now what we have to do? We have to check the divisibility of the number by 3. Then we have to check the divisibility of the number by 5. Then we can say if both of these numbers can divide 15, can divide this given number, then we can say that this number, this big number can be divided by 15 without leaving any remainder. Okay, but now if any of them does not divide this number, then we can't say that the number will be divisible by 15. Okay, for checking the divisibility of these two numbers also, you can use the divisibility rule, as you have already known all the divisibility rules up to 15. Okay, now some homeworks will be given for the divisibility rules or test. You have to do them all, and I hope all of you have understood it. But still, if anyone is there who has not understood some of the problems, then just send me message in my WhatsApp number. Stay safe at your home. The homeworks will be given afterwards, and keep practicing. Okay, bye everyone. Now in this question I have given, check whether the given numbers are divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. By all these numbers. As I have already told how we have to check the divisibilities of all these numbers. Okay. Now everyone will apply the divisibility rule. Okay. For each and every number you have to show that whether these numbers are divisible by these all numbers or not. You have to show. Okay. If you write it that this number is divisible by 2 or this number is divisible by 9, I will not take that answer. Okay. You have to check all the divisibility rules, then only I will accept that, and you have to also show them all in your copy. After that only I will just accept your answer. Okay, as I have already made you understand that how you have to apply all the divisibility rules up to 15. Okay, so hope all of you have understood now. Now take the screenshot of this homework and do it in your home, and if any problem arises, then don't forget to mention that in my WhatsApp number. Okay, bye everyone.